Hello everyone, Speed Demon here, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play where we are going to be playing as Wilfrid Laurier. We have some interesting Arctic type or Tundra type abilities. There are a couple of locations that we can settle into. If we want to get a little bit of production, right here is not bad, but I think a little bit of a better one. It's going to take a little longer for us to get there. But that spot, while it's going to take us a couple more turns to get there, I think it's going to be better for us. The reason I say that is specifically because if we can try to get that gold moving along, getting 3 gold per turn permanently and also a nice luxury to go with it is actually going to be helping us along quite a bit. This is on the continents type map, so of course this will be a little different. Something that will be a nice, fun kind of experiment for us to work with. Right now we are getting 11 gold per turn though, which is beautiful. That is a beautiful amount of gold. Start off with the scout. Always first thing you want to be making in a game is start off with the scout, get information about what's around you. If you can find some city-states early on, potentially earlier than the other opponents, that right there has some incredible utility. That looks like a culture city-state. Okay. Might be a good find right there. Vilnius, and we were not the first to meet them, unfortunately, so that's not a good thing. Because there's another civilization nearby, that means very soon we may need to potentially be in a war state, so we want to kind of be careful about this. Let's go ahead and try to check around in the north. Hopefully there's not another barbarian camp. I would really love for there to not be. We're going to need to go ahead and get ourselves set up with a slinger. I may need to buy some military units with the gold that we're going to be getting here, so that may be a potential option. So if I see her military start to come up towards us, that's going to be a big problem. Lovely. Okay, well, we can get that, but that's great. That's fantastic. I love to see another barbarian camps kind of making a little sandwich of this position. Mesa Hills. So we'll buy that. And we have just purchased a lot of the tiles we're going to need for quite a while. Plus, that's going to make our expansion a little bit cheaper as well, so perfect. Let's cross over here. Looks like there's more land to the west. That's going to be a serious problem, so I am going to need to deal with that soon. A volley would help us, but it's only range strength. This would be better for our situation as it stands right now. So let's go back here. Let's go back here. Take garrison. That way next turn we could do significantly better damage, and that will be a lot safer for us. Plus next turn, that builder is going to be available to get started, so that is good. There we go. And +1 production right away. This is a normal tile, I believe. It's definitely not... Yep, it's not a tundra tile. Okay, that's fine. Couple turns away from the settler, though. That is good. If I can get that holy site, then settler, that would be better. Let's go ahead and... Okay, if they killed that unit, that's fine with me. I need to get this set up soon. They need to heal, though. If I can get another mine up there, that would be ideal. So we met Hansa. Hansa is good for trade routes. Gold for every 5 tiles they travel. So if you're doing a good bit of traveling, you can get a nice little boost to gold output. So that's not bad. Let's go ahead and get that up and running, though. That production's very good right now. 10 production in our capital. It's not actually that bad. We do want to go ahead and try to get set up with the second city, though. So I would say at this point, we are going to need to kind of do a little bit of thinking about like what we could work with here. I would say in this position here for settlers, because our position is a bit restricted in terms of like what we can build, we're going to have to work around the fact that we're not going to be very high population because most of these areas do not have any water nearby. So it's likely that I'm going to have to be working a lot of these areas right in the middle, so not really what I would have wanted. Actually, it's really not what I would have wanted. Good. And we got the gold from it. That's actually what's even more important than anything else, because we were able to get the gold from that. She was going to try to take that arrow score, potentially, and I did not want that, so... That is a good thing for us. That's going to preserve a little bit of tempo for us. That is a very sizable military, though. That's actually very, very threatening. I do see another civilization out there. That's actually not too much of a problem. I would rather not send my military out to that spot because that is actually quite a dangerous position. Specifically because the few units I do have, if I send them over that way, that's putting my position even more essentially open for her to just go over to our capital and easily destroy our capital, and bada bing, bada boom, there goes our one city. So let's not do that. I could... It's risky, but that would net me the potentially highest amount of points if I'm really heavy on investing into it. Because I would do one charge, and then like another charge, and that would be kind of our way of doing that. But again, it's very dependent on things working out the way I would want them to work out. So, oh, there you go. Right away, there's the third one. What's the boost for that? Masonry. Okay, we would need to build ancient walls. Not likely going to happen. Recruit a great merchant. Not going to happen for quite a while. Send trade route. Next trade route we have available would be a little too far for us to be able to do that, but that would be a potential nice option. There we go. So with this camp that we can build, we can get not only 2 extra gold, but we get 2 more food because of it. So that's a big benefit that we are going to very much capitalize on. This is like actually right there. That's an excellent tile. So that's turned this into a viable spot for our city. We are going to need to really get working on this though, because that production's help going to basically carry us along here. We will do that. We could use the tourism. And then while we're at it, we are going to kind of have to play off of this from a culture standpoint. So culture output's going to be pretty tough for us to develop. So we're going to have to kind of think about how we can try to make this more efficient. Religious pressure from adjacent city pressure is better, boosted to 50 once printing is researched. Now that may actually be a really good play because we need that output. There we go. Religious pressure is now going over here. What that can do though is immediately, because remember we are in the apocalypse mode, we can actually use this to cause disasters. Like that right there is a lot of free tempo. This stage of the game, I need it. I need tempo, and I need every bit of development that I can try to get right now. So we will go for it. I'm going to hold on to that for now. Now that we have ourselves 280 gold, we actually can afford to potentially get ourselves that monument. So that'll help us. This is plenty of oil, so that's not a problem. There we go. Now we actually have a little bit faster cultural growth, so that's good. Okay, appease the gods. So here's the thing that's going to be really important here. So let's read a little bit about this. Sacrifice adjacent unit action with their soothsayer, gaining score equal to the combat strength of the sacrificed unit. Good. Now we're gaining control of this area. So a few of the others have put a good amount of tempo into that. Ideally, by having a couple warriors with semi-decent strength, this should give us a little bit of tempo. We just want to see if we can gain control. If she doesn't move her unit over here, I will place that third unit, and I'll wait until it's like the very last turn, so she won't have enough time to get set up there. I don't see her having a soothsayer yet, and she doesn't have enough faith, so that's actually really good, unless she's already purchased one. So if Nubia has that, if a Monitor has that, then we're going to be in a bit more of a troublesome position, but looks like we should be okay for the time being. It's the first one. That's going to put us on the board, so that's good. Let's head immediately over this way. Head to her capital. Convert that, and that'll be a great way for us to get also a bit more air score by converting a holy city into our religion, so that'll be good. While we're at it, let's go ahead and get Amani put in. Oh, there's Mogadishu. Where is that? Oh, it's over there. Actually, before I do anything, construct a preserve. Probably not going to happen, but Mogadishu's not a bad one from a naval trading standpoint, but not too concerned. Let's go ahead and just place Amani into Vilnius. Improve our trade routes. Oh, not our trade routes, but our eventual theater squares. And so that way we can get certainty of something, so we get some air score. Oh, we've tied for a win. That works. Plus, this soothsayer, the soothsayer here, for all present and future soothsayers, that's going to be giving us a random promotion. And we get another one. So that's actually quite nice. Because the idea is eventually we can go into a lot of these cities and start trying to essentially destroy them with just outright apocalyptic conditions. And then we can come in and potentially take them, and things will be a lot easier. So that's the goal. If it works out that way, I haven't the slightest idea. You get a free one. Incantation, 1 charge and adjacent units gain 5 combat strength. You know what? That's not bad. What about this one? Also the same. Ooh, you know, that's actually not bad. This is basically acting as like a mini Great General, which... that's not bad. Honestly, you could just kind of hang out. Cool. Honestly, I can use that. We are 9 turns away from the next era, so if I can try to get that capital converted, or at least put some pressure on it, that should help bring us into a better spot. Two arrow score right there. Perfect.
All the world's a stage, and all the...
Okay, that's access to the theater square, which is a good thing for us. Let's go ahead and... okay, so can't really move. We will take Monumentality, of course. Which means all the way back here, we are going to be kind of positioning ourselves in a spot where we are going to try to take that population. So let's go into that. And a good spot potentially for a garden or even a theater square actually would be, let's see here. Because I can chop that. That's going to give us a little bit of tempo in that city as well. And then I'll place our first holy site, or rather our first theater square down. And that's going to give us a little bit of a boost of tempo from a cultural standpoint, so that's good. Plus, it's going to get us on the map. The others are already working on that, so I want to go ahead and start catching up on that. If we can catch up on it at a decent time frame, that'll put us in a better spot. Since we're not going to need to worry about production, we're going to put that on and then put this on. That way we can start getting tempo for that as well. Rest of that looks good. Oh, while we're at it, let's go ahead and plug... let's see here. One and one. Get some tempo out of that. Now we can go ahead and get rid of that. Put that on. Put that up. Put that on. There we go. That's much better. You know, with so many tundra spots here, I would honestly have expected there to be more appeal to it. Like, those make sense because of just the sheer amount of wood styles. So eventually, as I settle up into there, I see some potential national park spots that I can actually set up there. But at least for now, this area can eventually going to be better, but it's going to take some time. We can move over here and set up a mine, though. That'll be a good way for us to get a boost. That helps apprenticeship as well, so that's a good boost for production as well. So, not bad. You know, this isn't like all bad. It's just it's basically it's just a slow running game for a while. It's kind of like the current situation. I would rather focus on food growth for the time being. That gets us more population, which allows us to kind of do more. Great library. Okay.
We can no more have exact...
there's theology. Excellent. Okay, let's go ahead and pop you into that. That's going to give us a boost to that. There we go. 16 arrow score away from a normal age, so we are going to have to push pretty hard for this potential golden age position. If I can try to get another city over here, that would be a good way for us to potentially set up. So for example, like a city here wouldn't be bad. -7 is not really that bad. Because as I develop this area here a little bit more, can set up another city here. Can potentially do... okay. Could do a preserve here. Or actually, rather, a garden here. And this area would be really excellent. Oh, no, man, we... Not only did you take population away, but you destroyed... that's so annoying, dude. Jerusalem. You know what? Victoria has that. Jerusalem's not a bad one. Basically, the pressure that we get would be way more. And the thing is, this is actually the huge map. So we have a lot of other players in this game. So this is gonna be a difficult game. If we can actually just dump out religious pressure, we could potentially go for a religious victory if we really heavily push this area out. This could work. Good thing is I have soothsayers here, so could honestly go ahead and just start bringing soothsayers up into this region, so that way I can go ahead and start setting things up. Because if I do have a position where I can kind of set some military units up here, then I can kind of just use that volcano as a way to kind of get points. So for next episode, that's something I could work on. We have a little Aurora Borealis here. Well, if you enjoyed watching this video, I'd like to ask you to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. It's been a lot of fun doing this one. This is a tough run, I have to admit. A lot tougher than a normal deity run, so I have to admit this is definitely a little tricky. But if you are enjoying watching this, I'd like to ask you to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Speed Demon out.